Award. It is the beginning of the school year, I know, so it's a little early to think about all of the awarding or just applying for awards, but I assure you, if you're planning events or programming, this is the right time to learn about it. And we will have several of these webinars throughout the year just for your information. And of course, everything is on the live binder. So thank you so much for joining. Today I'll be going over just an overview of the America's Healthiest Schools Award, and then looking at the celebration for 2024 awardees, especially in San Bernardino County, and then how you can get started. And so for the America's Healthiest Schools Award, it is a national recognition program. It is one of the longest national recognition programs. So there have been schools that have been awarded across the years. And so it is a point of pride at this point to be recognized and to be put on our website. Any U.S. K-12 school is eligible to apply for recognition in up to 9 topic areas. We really recognize schools for the work that they're already doing in wellness and to reach wellness goals. And awardees really receive a promotional package to share their accomplishments with the community. So that includes media kits, banners, anything that you might need to set up for celebration. And we really just want to recognize this amazing work that you're doing or thinking about. And applications are due in the spring in April 2025. And so the application process just really needs to verify that you've implemented a lot of these practices during the school year and you've had consistent programming available for any of the 9 topic areas. And you can learn more on this link, healthiergeneration.org/award. There's a bit of information there, including an award guide and just best practices on how to apply. But I'll go over those. We can go over the great topic areas that your school team can be recognized for. So a big one I know is with the increase in community schools funding and grants. We want to increase family and community engagement. So if you're really connected with community-based organizations or different vendors that provide resources directly at your school, you might be a great contender for that topic. And you can apply for more than one topic for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. There are 9 in total. They're strengthening social, emotional health and learning. So any of you focused on PBIS interventions or just looking at ways to increase or decrease chronic absenteeism, that can be applied there. Or cultivating staff well-being. I know sometimes staff need that pick-me-up event or that bonding event and relationship building aspects throughout the school year. So if you're really focused on staff well-being, that can be a topic for you. There's just so many ideas to think about, but there's improving nutrition and food access. So any food distributions, or if you're looking to increase like the nutrition quality of your food, or just looking at ways to, if you have a food pantry, those could be examples of improving nutrition and food access. So there's so many ways that you can apply for these topics. There's not one perfect way, and that's why we encourage you to apply. And then implementing school wellness policy. If you have a wellness policy committee or a site wellness lead committee where you talk about wellness goals, that can be a place where you can apply for enriching health education, any health programming, or promoting tobacco-free schools. I know SBCCSS has a tobacco-free unit, and you can bring in additional knowledge or information that way, just to promote tobacco-free schools or supporting school health services. So if you're connecting with health navigators, or if you have like mobile health clinics, that can be a way that you use to fly, or bolstering physical education activity. So any events that you have that just get children moving or get staff moving, that those can be used to apply. So there's so many ways. It's very holistic. We really want to improve whole child health through these wellness goals. And I know if schools get awarded for more than 4 topic areas, schools can get invited to our National Leader Summit, all expenses paid for trip. I know Chelsea Clinton was at our previous Leader Summit, and our Leader Summit is happening next week. So those are just additional perks and benefits of applying for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. But I got a little bit ahead of myself. But what it really is that it's a national recognition program. Schools across the nation um, can be awarded, and so you have a network of schools that have applied for it. You know, you're in this space. It's a really a momentum builder for positive school climate. Kids, when they look that their school is awarded the America's Healthiest Schools Award, they're like very proud. It's a source of pride where you can really just build in and say, like, you know, it can be an example. I know some teachers have said, hey, we're America's Healthiest Schools. Like, would you choose like to eat a chocolate muffin or an apple? And you know, it brings the kids a little pause, of course. Like, they might choose the chocolate muffin still, but you still kind of like factor that in with positive school climate, and you really think about it. And then there's also a lot of buy-in from local decision makers to support wellness goals. So whether it be like your superintendent or other local representatives that that really make decisions for your community, it's good to know that, like, and it's good for them to know that you've been awarded, that you've been doing this work, and that they want to support your school in other ways. So there's just different activation events, or just, yeah, additional strategies to create buy-in and build those connections in the community. And really, a lot of this work schools are already doing, or you're already doing this work. I'm sure it, we just want to recognize that you're doing amazing work. You're building those kind of like sustainable programs, and increasing health equity and whole child health just through the effort that you're already putting in. Um, and we just want to make sure that we're capturing that. And what a better way to do that than to get awarded for something. And it's completely free to get awarded. And that being said, I'm going to highlight some of the America's Healthiest Schools Award winners and just what certain schools do for recognition. So this past school year, 879 schools across 30 states have been recognized for implementing best practices to support the health of staff, students, and families. That's a lot of schools across the nation. It's really exciting. And 14 schools were awarded in San Bernardino County. There was one all-star awardee, Berlin Avenue Elementary School. That means that they got awarded in all 9 topics. They diligently put in the information that they were doing the work in all of the topics that I shared. And so they were invited to the Leaders Summit. But it's very exciting to know that. And I know I assisted with a couple of schools last year and they were awarded. So I was very excited to see that. And for awardees get to host celebrations, so you can really choose to either build on another event if you have like an auditorium, or just like your quarterly school your school award events or anything. You can, or open houses, you can just host the celebration there. And you can really spread the word to local media when schools do host celebrations, and share photos of the celebration. So I know news channels come to do interviews, or they get into the local news websites or newspapers, and yeah, schools just get featured when they do host celebrations. And so this is just one of the banners and part of the materials that schools get, that they can put either on like their email badges or the school website to show that they are an awardee. So that's for all stars. Um, and there's 2024 awardees, so it depends on the type of award that you were given. But these are celebrations and examples of celebrations in Southern California. This is kind of framed from a 2022 awardee, and then you can see I think this is Cecilia from San Bernardino County Superintendent's of Schools office at one of the local schools for a 2024 awardee. So this was in San Bernardino County. Very exciting to see that. And you can see like some schools go all out for events, but it's great to see that. So how do you get started? This is just part of the 6-step process, so you can really just see, if you have to look, this is if you have to look to build support, assess your policies, or develop a plan, and explore resources. You can be at any point in this process, but Healthier Generation uses evidence-based implementation science to create this 6-step process, and I'm happy to provide one-on-one support. If you'd like to contact me after this to just see and assess where you're at in this process and see what next steps you need to get there. And of course, like we want to get to the point where you are celebrating success, but sometimes it takes time to develop a plan or explore resources, or say you already have a great team and you're already looking to take action. That's where you might be, if you already know what goal you have. But there is steps in this process that can get you to where you're at, to get you to celebrating successes with the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And so to really get started, you'll have to look at the Action Center. So this is a completely free resource with Healthier Generation. Our Action Center provides school and district team access. There's evidence-based best practices and resources, and recorded trainings that are just available. It's a one-stop shop where you can look to see where everything is, and it's self-paced and very flexible. So if there's any need for professional learning opportunities, this is a great place to go. And if you need assistance with opening up an Action Center account, you can always contact help at healthiergeneration.org, or of course you can contact me. That is just our organization number. Either way, you will get someone to respond to you. But yeah, you can either join and be a part of your school, or if you're a district staff, just a district. And then if you are running an out of school time site, you can do that as well. And so this is the launch point on where you can create an Action Center account or a login. And you can either log in or create an account with that orange button on the left side. And there's just a lot of ways that you can use the Action Center. But one of the ways that you can use the Action Center is to look at the readiness tool to see if your school is ready to apply for the America's Healthiest Schools Award. And so the readiness tool just really looks at all of the 9 topics and asks you questions. It's like, do you have this implemented? Where is this at? And then when you are kind of using the readiness tool, you can gauge to see like, oh, I actually need to finish this task, or let's have an event so that we can answer yes to this. And then this is just like a way that it's going to help you know which topics to include in your school's award application. Like I said, you only really need to apply for one to get recognition, but you can apply up to 9 if you want to go above and beyond. But yes, the readiness tool is one of the ways to do it. It is just right in the home page of the Action Center. It's on the left. When you are joining your school, you can look for the readiness tool. There is the award guide and everything included as well. So now I've gone through this presentation. I just kind of want to open it up for questions and also open it up for conversation to you. But are there any wellness goals that you're working on at your district or school level that you'd like to share about that could apply for the America's Healthiest Schools Award? I know I listed off so many examples. And feel free to unmute yourselves or just type in the chat. Give it a moment. You might be a little shy, and that's okay.
100 miles.
I have a question.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're totally new to this program, but we appreciate all the information. At our site, we have a 100-mile club that we host twice a week, and we invite our families to come and run with the kids. Would that fit a category that we could apply for?
Yeah, there's multiple. I think increasing family and community engagement, that's a big one. And of course, I think bolstering physical activity at your schools, that could be one as well. There's a little bit more in-depth requirements with the award guide, which I can go into, but we can see if you look at the award guide, you can see which ones. But yeah, I think either of those two would be great contenders for that program, especially if you're doing it every single week. It's very consistent.
Yeah, we award we give kids prizes for every milestone that they make, and we do it twice a week, and we do it all year long.
Wow. Yeah, that would 100% count as a program for family and community engagement.
All right, cool. Thank you.
Are we able to add like an event under different topics? Like if it
Yes.
kind of hits, like you said, the family engagement, and it could you could put it in both.
That's a great question. Yes, I believe if they apply for multiple, then you can say like, oh, I've hit both of these goals. I can apply this event and this event. I think there's certain topics that will ask you to have like, multiple events, or just see if there's like one per semester or something. But yes,
I also had another question. Is there any like restrictions or different qualifications for a charter school?
No, not at all. You can definitely apply as a charter school. So we are open to charter schools, I think private schools. We like to support the schools that we're engaged with as program managers. But yeah, all schools can apply, and you can definitely reach out to me if you need assistance.
Yeah, I was curious, since we have multiple locations, would I apply as like one location or just as like my chartering district? Like whoever's in that chartering district.
Yeah, I would say you would have to apply as individual schools. So if you have, colleagues at those school sites and they can apply or gather that evidence, you can apply for each different school.
Okay.
Yeah, because it depends on like the programming that you have at the school site. Um, and I, oh, Bonnie, I think it's very hard to hear.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know I wasn't muted.
Oh, okay, no worries. I thought you were you had a question. But any thoughts on additional office hours, or any of you curious about just looking at the next steps? I know this is an overview. There is like, a bit of the healthier generation world where you have to look at the action center and additional things to get you started. Um, would you be open to learning more?
I have another question. You said it's the applications in April. If there are events that are scheduled after April, would we be able to add those if we like have evidence of planning it, or does it have to be evidence of it like being done?
I believe if you have like any communications that you're going to send out, then yes, you can include that in the application, but we'd like to see events that would happen before April. But say they're happening in May and you already have like a
A
communication
flyer.
strategy for it, yeah,
Okay.
that can be used. Tim, I see you have a question.
Oh yeah. Hey, so I just created an account right now, and
great.
just a quick question. And so on the first page on the dashboard, it says the join our organization's team to access, and it has all these things. Are we supposed to join a certain team or something, or do we not need to do that?
You could join, sorry, you can join your specific school, and then I believe our member engagement and support team has to approve of that. So it might take at least one business day, but I think if you have just selected like the district that you're under in the school, like you should be good to go. And you can let me know what school it is, and I can get you approved within the day, but they are always looking at new logins or new account creations.
Okay, yes. So we'll add our school and our district on there, and then hopefully within the next couple
Yeah.
days we'll be good to go. Appreciate it.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, just join the district or join the school that you're part of. Let's see another in the chat. Oh, great. Yeah. Cecilia, I feel like that's really just improving school health services if you're providing vaccines at your event. Yeah, for the district. And so schools can really look at that and say like, oh, we're sharing communications for improving school health services. So, there's a holistic amount of events, or there's events that just encapsulate all of the topic areas that just aren't recorded. I know it's really to improve the health of the community, but it's also great to get recognition. Yes, and I see you have your hand raised, Cecilia.
Yeah, I was just wondering, since we are offering it to all of our schools, could we share all this information, even though they all like, I know all the schools participate in the summit that we do every year. And I'm working with our community engagement person actually, and that's how I got in touch with Annie through your corporation, I guess, the Healthier Generation. So
Yeah.
she kind of walked me through the website and everything, because I also work on the wellness policy for our district. So we just got it updated. So we're trying to look and try to do for the triennial assessment. So
Okay.
planning on trying to use that tool that is available on the website.
Yes, well, I'm so glad that you're familiar with Healthier Generation. But yes, if schools are communicating this to their families, they can definitely use this as an event. Like they're like, we've shared this summit. This is happening it's open to all district students and families there. So yes, yeah, I would say that they can use that. they can use that as an example of like they're looking to improve school health services, and if they have like local wellness policy that includes that language, even better. So if you're working with like technical assistants to help them like update that local wellness policy, I would say go ahead and share that. But yes, they can definitely use a district-wide event.
Okay. No, but like I know it's like for individual schools, but
Mhm.
are we able to just share it with like all the schools and then have them see if they want to apply
Yes.
for it? Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Awesome.
Individual schools can apply for it. They can even use this family engagement or family summit as an example. So yes, of
Perfect. Okay, thank you.
course.
Another quick question. After joining my district and my school, when I went to my school's dashboard, there's a number of assessments. There's a Thriving School Integrated Assessment, then a Healthy School Assessment, America's Healthiest School Readiness Tool, and a RISE Index. Do I need
Yes.
to do any of those?
You don't have to do any of those, only if you're looking to assess your schools. I would recommend the two tools would be the Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment. If you're looking for in-depth assessment of like where your school is at, with your team. But for the America's Healthiest Schools Award, I would just say the readiness tool is great for that. I know the Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment, it is a way to satisfy requirements for the WellSat or the triennial assessment, because I think you can use that. It goes like 1-1. I have to look more into it, but yeah, it is a great tool to really assess your school in depth. And you can just, if you're interested, just one of the topics, you can answer them, because I know the Thriving Schools Integrated Assessment is very lengthy. But the readiness tool, if you're just looking for one topic, also I would suggest just answering questions under one topic as well. But you're open to answering them all. That way you get a really good snapshot of what steps you need to take, and there's really neat resources on the side as you do answer questions.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
very
is it?
long-winded answer.
Oh, that's okay. Is it within this platform that we actually apply?
Yes, yeah. And so I did not mention this, but the application doesn't open until January 9th, I believe, 2025. So there's a 4-month window where you will actually apply. So I think at this point, if you're kind of planning on doing this work, there's ways to kind of integrate that, or just have like plans and programs in place. I would say that's why it's great to reference the award guide and just see what kind of information you need to gather for that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, and it aligns really well. There's another webinar on January 22nd, 2025. I can't believe we're getting to 2025 now. Where I can go over the live application and just see where you're at. But yes, I'd say feel free to contact me. Just wanted to say thank you so much for joining and just hearing about the America's Healthiest Schools Award today. I'll open it up for a couple more questions. But yeah, I hope you all have a great afternoon.
Thank you.